Honorable members, I want to once more welcome you to this afternoon sitting.
On Tuesday, 11th July 2023, Parliament imposed a tax on companies reporting losses for more than 7 years, with 50% of the losses carried forward now being subject to tax in new amendments to the Income Tax Amendment Act.
The amendment is intended to limit the avoidance of payment of corporate tax revenue by taking advantage of the current provisions of the law, which allow businesses to carry forward all tax losses indefinitely and without any restriction. And the committee further noted that allocating carried forward losses to taxpayers indefinitely incentivizes them to overclaim losses and hence enabling them to remain in an artificial loss-making position. The committee further observed that the proposal will not affect any genuine persons because the law will allow 100% carry forward losses for 5 years, then 50% for the following 5 years.
A big capital investment of say of 10 billion will take a long time to have the investment recovered. Let us take an example. If you say this should be recovered in 5 years, it means you would take 10 divided by 5. It gives you 2 billion. Which business in Uganda will make profit of 2 billion a year? URA must use those World Customs Organization rates to determine the price. Everything is in that book. Why are they getting defeated? As somebody brings a pin for 1,000 and the claim is 5,000. This is the weakness on part of URA.
The Income Tax Amendment Bill 2023 also proposed that digital service providers will have to part with taxes, as MPs recommended that the law taxes non-resident service providers in the online realm.
The proposal taxing income derived by non-resident providers of digital services in Uganda be maintained.
The chairman of the committee said in his report that Uber service, the money goes to California, and this beneficiary leaves no tax in Uganda. He derives income by providing Uber services, and you pay online, the money will go to California, 100%. Now we are saying, can we have a mechanism of leaving 5% of this income here in Uganda?
The Bujagali Hydropower Project also got a tax waiver in the bill, awaiting audit and recognition of the contract as directed by Parliament.
It is necessary to grant a 1-year extension to Bujagali Energy Limited in order to protect the end user from high tariff, while at the same time enabling government to implement recommendations of the Parliament on the same.
Honorable members, I put a question that the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2023, as returned by His Excellency the President, be read the third time and do pass. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
On Wednesday, 12th July 2023, Parliament adopted a report of the Committee on Commissions, Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises that recommended equitable allocation of student loans to both arts and science students.
The committee observes that 1. There is a lack of regional balance among the beneficiaries of the loan scheme. The committee found that whereas the loan scheme was meant to aid students from underprivileged backgrounds, the vast majority of the beneficiaries of the scheme, according to the information from the board, were from districts which were not as underprivileged. On the contrary, districts from predominantly underprivileged regions, such as Karamoja and Sebei, were not well represented among beneficiaries. The committee found that the bulk of the beneficiaries of the loan scheme are those pursuing science-related courses at high institutions of learning. The committee was informed that at present, the board was also providing loans to students pursuing tourism-related courses. The committee found that awarding loans to majorly learners pursuing science-related courses was unfair and not based on evidence.
This particular financing board was initiated to finance higher education, not specifically science students. I am in support of it ensuring that let's cover all students who go for either arts or sciences.
I'm disturbed by the process whereby only science students are catered for, yet there are many art students that can become important people in this country if they are helped.
I wish to support the committee that we should have quota system such that every district can also benefit.
During the sitting, legislators tasked the Ministry of Finance to prioritize funding of the elections for Local Council 1, 2, and the women councils.
Whereas we are talking about these expired terms of the LOC chairpersons, this House has not given money for elections. So I don't know whether it wouldn't be right that as we are still having the 3% contingency, whether we should not be working towards that. Otherwise, the crisis is going even to be worse than that.
Madam Speaker, yesterday we had people who failed to buy land in Busia Sofia because the chairman feared to sign because his term have expired. This is a very important matter that I think the minister should not come with lamentations. He should come with an authority so that the local councils can continue working, and as a government we should stop working with the crisis.
Wouldn't it be procedural right for the minister in charge of finance to come and address this House together with the minister of local government so that we know the issue of money pertaining to the elections of the LC1s and LC2s that their term, and the Women Council that their term has expired?
Honorable Minister, didn't this same House say we extend the term of office for Women Council?
Yes, he did, the Attorney General, but we are in very deep and serious consultations with the Attorney General, with the Electoral Commission, with Finance and Gender, chaired by the Right Honorable Prime Minister, and we're looking at this together, and we shall give a comprehensive statement that covers both the LOCs and the local and the women councils. Actually, the budget we're talking about, 59 billion, covers both. So
on Thursday, 13th July 2023, a crisis meeting convened by Speaker Anita Among to address increasing road accidents agreed that the Minister of Works and Transport will table regulations operationalizing the Traffic and Road Safety Act 2019 by 13th August 2023.
Whereas the Traffic and Road Safety Act 1998 has attendant regulations that have aided its operationalization, the Road Act of 2019, which addresses the various aspects of the road safety, does not have regulations. There is need for regulations to operationalize Section 57, 58, and 59 on the towing and auctioning of abandoned or broken down automobiles on the carriageways. UNRA has immediately offered at least 8 tow vehicles to tow the abandoned vehicles on the roads. That's an immediate action. The Ministry of Works and Transport must expedite the development of regulations to operationalize the Road Act 2019. The Minister of Works undertook to table the regulations operationalizing the Road Act 2019 within 1 month, and that is by 13th August 2023. We should be having regulations on the floor.
In the sitting, the House adopted a report of the Physical Infrastructure Committee that urged government to prioritize allocation of sufficient resources towards support of road safety initiatives.
Inadequate budget. Over the past 3 to 5 years, the Ministry of Works has been one of the highest funded ministries. However, the budget allocation has concentrated on infrastructure development, and very little allocation has been made towards road safety. Road safety budget has continued to be classified as a consumptive budget and often been allocated
reallocated to cover any other gaps in the budget. The Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development argued that over the last 5 years, government has released 488,936 billion, but the Ministry of Works and Transport has only allocated 3.6 billion to directly fund road safety interventions. The committee therefore recommends that the government prioritizes allocation of sufficient resources toward the support of road safety initiatives.
The Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development should increase the current budget for allocation on UNRWA, Minister of Works and Transport, and Uganda Police Force for immediate road safety interventions. UNRWA needs adequate resourcing for adequate equipment for communication and towing abandoned vehicles. Enforcement of budgetary provisions to the relevant agencies on the road safety value chain. The Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development should increase the development budget allocation to UNRWA and Minister of Works and Transport and Uganda Police Force for road safety related interventions.
Honorable members, I adjourn the House to 2 on Tuesday.